Hello, hello, everyone. Wait here. Let everybody get in to our live. I'm not Christopher. I'm sorry. Christopher can't go live tonight. And so I got tagged in. If you're new and you don't watch me on Mondays, my name is Sarah. We're going to play with one last project with the Hope release because number one, it's fabulous. It's fabulous and I love it. Hi, Luann. I'm so glad you're here. It's so nice to see you. I hope no one is disappointed. No one's disappointed that it's me and not Christopher, but that's okay. We're going to have fun. We're going to work with the Hope release. It's still October, which means it is still Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is still Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. I have no, I don't have all the products. I have most of the products here, and the stamp just got a restock. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make another project with this collection, and I'm going to show you all of the cards that I've made with this collection. So let's let everybody get in and say hello. There's no bundle tonight. I don't have a card planned out tonight, but I think what we're going to do, I sort of maybe have a card planned out tonight. So I have this one that I created with the bundle, and I was thinking this one's for lupus awareness because I was trying to show how really versatile this whole collection could be. It could be used for a lot of different causes. And I was thinking we would do this one for breast cancer. So do it all in pink. And I thought it could be fun to recreate this and maybe make it a little extra special on the inside, possibly. So that's kind of my plan. Oh, thank you, Luann. I'm so glad that you think it's nice to have me tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I did, in the description box, I did the bundle. Like I linked up the entire mega bundle, all the Hope release, all the Hope products. We're going to use this stencil. We're going to use the stamp. Let's see, what else could we use? Well, I'm going to keep all these kind of close. I haven't used any of these card panels yet. Maybe we'll play with one of those card panels because the front of the card, tonight's card project, is fairly simple. So maybe we can play with the card panels and do something like extra special on the inside of the card because I always enjoy it when I can do a little something extra on the inside. So we need a card base. We need some alabaster cardstock to start with. So here's basically just basic what we're going to use, and then we're going to pull in some of this other stuff, I think, too. So you can, I'll show you, I pulled out all of the cards that I made with this release so far. I already showed you this one. This is the one we're going to kind of card lift for tonight, but make it pink. And we're also going to decorate on the inside a little bit more. Oh, it looks like we have gremlins. I'm just going to get to work. I'm going to go ahead and get some blending done so that the gremlins can work their way out. Oh, gremlins are awful. Okay, so this is just alabaster cardstock. It is a good kind of all-purpose cardstock. So I'm going to cut this at 4. by 5 1/4 because I really like a border. I like the little, I know it's just a little detail, but by 5 1/4. But I like how when you put it on a white card base, it just kind of gives that nice little, I know it's just a white frame, but I really like that white frame look. And then we're going pink. So we're going crazy pink. We're going to use Simon Hurley's Stellar Ink and Prom Queen. We're going to do some ink blending with it. We're also going to do a little watercoloring with it. So I have a water brush there too. I'm going to take this little piece here. And actually, I'm not going to need this now that I think about it. You know, when I pop in on a random Thursday, I'm not at all like super prepared. At least I'm a little prepared tonight, right? So we're going to turn this kind of upside down and center it on our stencil. I'm going to grab some repositionable tape, and I really, really like the gremlins to go away. Be gone, icky gremlins. Hi, Shirley. How are you? It's lovely to see you this evening. It's lovely to see everybody this evening. Okay, so a little repositionable tape. And then there is no wrong way to use this stencil. I forget what it's called. Ribbons. This is the ribbon stencil. So you can use it either side up because of the way it's set up. So there's no like right way and wrong way. Oh, thank you. I can only see your YouTube name, so I'm not quite sure what your real name is, but the username Pathogen1702. Thank you for being excited to see me live tonight. Okay. So what I'm doing is the idea is that we want heavy inking around the edges. And then we want just a smidge of inking in the center. Like it really, really light. So we want most of the ink, load the brush up, and then we want it to be on the edges. And then for the inside, we're actually just going to use whatever ink happens to be left over on our brush and let it fade into the middle, which you can do with any stencil. And I think it gives you some versatility and something just a little bit different, a different look than, say, a real solid all the way across a card front. So we're loading up the edges with ink. And we're going to leave the middle really, really light. So once we have all of those edges really heavily inked, I'm even going to come over and kind of tap off. And then when we come through in the middle, we're just really light. I don't want the middle to be completely white. I want it to fade it. I want to fade into the middle, but I want the middle to be much, much lighter. See that? Fade into the middle. See how that, oh, gremlins are gone. See how that's just really light in the middle. That's what we want. Okay. So we'll set that aside. Set this aside so it can dry. A minute. So I want this ink to dry, to cure. So I'm going to put it outside and then we'll do the inside. Because the card panel is actually going to be one layer. We're going to work right on that. So grab my card base and let's see what we can do on the inside of this. So I'm just going to show you, these are the foilable card panels. I'm going to flip through them. I am looking for something that I can trim down and put on the inside of my card. And this will act sort of like a second sentiment, right? I like this one, and I like the idea of cutting this piece off and putting this piece over here and this piece. That's definitely, that one's cute. That one's super cute too. Let's see, these are all adorable. That's good too. I think I like this one. That's going to give us two sections on our card. I appreciate that the gremlins went away long enough for me to show you the stenciling and how it faded to the middle. Now they're back. Go away. So these have, I'm not going to foil them. I'm going to use this just, but I'm going to trim away this border and cut this piece off. And then it will fit like really just real nice inside of a card. So if you have not gotten this release because you're you don't need anything that's for breast cancer, a lot of this collection would not need to be pink at all. If you look here, I did a lot of different ones. So you could do autism awareness, and this is that big ribbon, which you could do in any color you wanted. This one is for infant or pregnancy loss. So we have that one with the pink and the blue, really simple. And then this one is for lupus awareness. So you can use this idea, this ribbon idea, for a number of causes. It does not have to be just for a breast cancer, which makes it really usable all year, you know, anytime. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Put this one over here and then center this one on the inside of the card, just like that. And then you could have lots of space to write. The other thing I'm thinking is let's catch the edges with just the ink left over on my brush. There's still some ink there and it will make these edges look nice and finished. That's a great way. If you're cutting things apart, cutting apart cards or cutting apart papers, fussy cutting things, the best way to make it look and to give it a finished edge is just to add a smidge of extra ink. Just a little bit, just a smidge. So then when we put these on our card, it's going to look nice and finished. We're going to pop this one on this side. This would be a really great card for someone who just finished their cancer treatment. you could give them, you know, you have the I'm a survivor sentiment here. You could write a little message to them. So there's the inside, and then we'll finish the outside. I need my Misty. My Misty is my favorite tool. Love, love, love. Yes. So I think any of the stamps, yes, any of these ribbon stamps will work nicely for this card. I'm going to use the one that's a heart. You could use any one you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up a little bit to the top. And then, so we want to give this to someone who, because we have that I'm a survivor on the inside. So I'm going to do this one that says your strength shines bright. The sentiments on this stamp set say sending hugs and strength your way. This too shall pass. Your strength shines bright. Your strength is your superpower. In this fight, you are never alone. And keep fighting. You've got this, which I think are all really, really great. I love that. This whole release. When they asked me to go live tonight, I was like, yeah, but can I use the Hope release? Because that's the one I want. That's my favorite. My favorite for October. Okay. So I'm getting this nice and straight, and I'm kind of keeping it a little more towards the top, but around where it's not so heavily inked. And then I'm just going to do some detail ink. If you have any questions at all, now is a fabulous time to ask them, because I'm going to stamp these stamps. I'm going to show you the 2 other cards that I made for the Hope release. And we need this black ink to cure a little bit, because we're going to add water to it. And it's not going to be, I don't want black streaks. So we're going to go ahead and get this good, really nice and crisp. So I'm going to stamp it a couple of times. And then we're going to give it a minute to dry. So how's everyone doing this evening? Anyone doing anything fun while you watch? Just hanging out at home? Read any good books recently? I like to make small talk. Has everyone ordered all the peppermint candy at Scoozy's? Because that's important. There we go. That's nice and crisp and clean. Okay, so here we have crisp and clean stamped. I don't know if you can see it because the gremlins are back. We should name these gremlins something. They need a name. Okay. Squeaky clean. We're just going to let this cure just a little bit. It doesn't take long to dry, but I want to make sure it's very dry for the next part. Needs to be very, very dry for the next part. Okay. This up. And there's lots of And maybe we'll use some in a little bit. Maybe we'll add some more hearts. So if you look at the stamp set, there's all these really cute hearts that I really like. All those little confetti stamps. That is what I'm telling you. Brutus Monroe does this better than anybody else. Taking full use of all of your stamp canvas, filling it up with these adorable little confetti stamps. Those are always my favorite. I love, love, love those tiny little confetti stamps. Because you can confetti those. You can sprinkle them all over so many things. Sprinkle them on your scrapbook pages. You can sprinkle them on your cards. You can mix and match. You don't have to use, like, those are like lots of hearts. There's been a couple this month that have lots of snowflakes, and you can use them on lots of different things. Okay. Make sure we got this really, really dry. All right. The next thing I need is, I'm going to do this with a palette. So, because I'm going to do this with a blending brush, one of these palettes, because not everybody has a glass mat like I do. And so for this technique I'm going to show you, you need something like this, like a little palette or something to kind of smush onto. So that's just the Simon Hurley Prom Queen ink right on the little palette. I'm trying to give you as much information as possible because gremlins. And I'm just going to get the water brush wet. I'm not going to wet the ink. And I'm not even going to get the water brush like soaking wet, right? You don't want too much water. You just want a smidgen of water. So I'm actually going to like load up my brush and then even dab it off a little bit before I take the water brush to my ink. And then we're going to paint our little ribbon in. And since we're using the same ink that we used on our background, since it's both the same color, and these are dye inks, as we do this, the ribbon pattern in the background, it will disappear. Like it will just disappear, like it's not even there. So you're going to get the look of the ribbon being on top of the stenciled area. Without fussy cutting, without anything. Which is a really cool technique. And that's why we love dye inks. Reason 210 why I love dye inks. Hi, Billion. How are you tonight? The hardest part of doing this is keeping the right amount of water onto your water brush. You don't want a ton. You just want a little. You want mostly ink, not a lot of water. You just want enough water to get the ink flowing so it will go onto the brush and then smooth into your stamp. So we're not using any special coloring mediums. We're just using an ink pad, a palette or a nonstick surface where you can kind of smoosh your ink, and we are using a water brush. And if at any time you feel like you have too much water, I just have a paper towel here. You can blot it off. So that you don't get I love painting like this. It's incredibly therapeutic. I'm gonna hold, as soon as the gremlins go away, I'm gonna hold it up so you can see how the ink from the stenciling just disappears, just gone. And you have what amounts to a 1-layer card, because if you wanted, you could do this right on your card base. I also like a very fine tip water brush. I think that that works the best. We're just gonna go ahead and this will dry fast, and then you can come in with more pigment if you want. You can layer your ink, your inks, your dye inks. You can layer one on top, one layer of color on top of another layer of color. So if it dries and you're like, this needs a little more. I want this piece to be darker, or I want that piece to be darker. That's where you want to be. There we go. If there is a trick, it is not a lot of water. Just adding where I think there would be natural shadows in how the ribbon is twined to create the look of dimension without any dimension at all. There you go. Oh no, we still have gremlins. Gremlins need to go away. Evil gremlins. Okay, let me show this to you up close. But you're not going to be able to see because the gremlins. Ugh. So, I'm not sure if you can tell or not. The ribbon background has completely disappeared. You would never know that we stenciled over the whole background. And then right on top of that stenciling, added our ribbon and colored it in. You would never know that. It looks like it would have been placed on top because that is the magic of dye inks. So I'm just going to add water onto that. And this is how easy the palettes clean up. Done. Okay. So I think I want some more hearts on this. Let's get this nice and dry. We're going to get this nice and dry, and then we're going to hope the gremlins go away. Evil YouTube gremlins. See, this is also, look, totally, it's totally fine. Okay, so all the water is mostly gone from there. Now I'm going to take some of those confetti pieces and my little prom queen ink. This prom queen ink is getting through its paces tonight. There are 2 stamps on here that like it's like 3 hearts all clustered together. I'm going to make like a little diagonal confetti with the clusters. I'm going to put a couple up here, couple up there. And I'm going to come in with the other one, with another one too. But for now, we'll do those 2. And the same thing, because I'm using all the same ink. Uh-oh. Because I'm using the same prom queen ink to stencil, because I'm using the same prom queen ink to color in my heart. Same here, I'm going to stamp, and the ribbons are going to get pushed right into the background. So you're not even going to realize that this is like one layer. So I'm going to get these nice and inked up. I'm going to stamp these twice, I think. Maybe 3 times, depending on how it looks. Oh, we don't need, that's good. We're good. And then I am going to come in with some of these smaller ones. And actually, I'm going to get an acrylic block. So I tend to enjoy using these confetti stamps instead of using them with the door. I do like to use them more free range. So let's do that. Down here. And then we'll just add some extra. This looks so cute. If you are part of Brutus Monroe's Facebook group, I will post these in the morning. I also think that when you come back and watch the replay, I don't think the gremlins follow you into the replay. I think it's just live streaming. All right. Look how cute. And that's our card for tonight. We did the outside and the inside. So this is the third card that I have made for breast cancer. I showed you the other ones. I'll show you my other two breast cancer ones. So we did this one on a live. So the first live of October, I created this one live, and you can catch that one, the replay of that one. This one I didn't film, I just made it. I used that pink ribbon stencil. I put that gorgeous new pink glitter glaze on top, and then the background is just the washi strips and some splatter, and I did like messy stamping for my sentiment. Really, really like this one. It's like one of my favorites. So there are the 3 cards I made with the Hope Release. And there's the inside. Lots of writing you can add right there. I love how this one, I love how we used all those different techniques on the one for tonight. I think it turned out really cute. And then we have our non-breast cancer cards to show that this collection will be useful for any cause you want. You can use this collection for. Okay, everyone, that's all I have for you tonight. We're early, that's okay. In the description box, I linked up the Hope Release bundle, like the bundle with all the products from the Hope Release together. And then I also just linked up the shop, and those are my affiliate links, which means if you make a purchase using those links, it lets Brutus Monroe know that I sent you to their store, and it also allows me to earn a little bit of commission for taking the time out of my evening, going live with you, teaching you a couple new techniques, those kinds of things. Candy will be live tomorrow night. She's going to go live a little bit later. She won't be live until almost 8 o'clock. So she's like somewhere around 7:45. So maybe hit the bell on the notifications so that when she goes live, your phone will buzz or your iPad will buzz and it'll tell you that she's going to go live. And then there was something else. Oh, hit the like button. Yay. That's it. If you liked the projects tonight, if you enjoyed my live, hit that like button. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful evening. We'll see you again. Oh, you're very welcome, Penny. Have a good evening.